Welcome, everybody, to another Rev Talk. Today, we're going to mix things up. We're always doing either cards or subjects. Today, we're going to take a book that is unbelievably great book that Reverend Kim gotten for a present. And it's a wonderful book. I gave it to my grandmother. And you can't make this stuff up. So we're going to choose a page from the book and see what it has to tell us today. Choose away.
So the book is by James Norbury, and it's the Cat Who Taught Zen. And it's a really cool book. It's a quick read, and it's got these beautiful like watercolor pictures, and it's just a really neat story. So Reverend Beverly, if you will pick a number from between 7 and, let's see, I want to get this right here, 7 and 173, we'll say.
63.
63?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well,
So it's just one line, and it's got this beautiful picture of a crow, and it looks like it's sitting on a dogwood branch. Flowers can bloom in the most unlikely of places. I don't know if you can see it.
that is absolutely gorgeous.
Isn't that beautiful? I love that.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of these things where we don't take the time a lot of times to stop and smell the roses. The thing is, the flowers bloom in the most unlikely of places. It means to keep your focus off of just, all your worries, and to recognize everything that happens for a reason, and it happens for you, not to you. And so therefore, what you look at, you can find the little flowers, the little things that all of a sudden pick you up and that you notice. If you're always worried about something, you're not going to see the flowers.
It reminds me of two things. You have to stay in the present.
Yeah.
And your worries are past, present, future. They're very seldom in the current present that you're in right now, because your mind doesn't follow that way. And like you say, to smell the flowers. It's the simple things in life that bring joy and that childlike body. So happy. And even if you're walking down, all of a sudden you see a weed, it's beautiful because this bright white yellow in the middle of garbage. And that's just like the crow. Now, the crow has significance too. I don't know what, but I know he does, and I know you know, because in many of the things we've studied, and he does. I think he's the harbinger of truth.
Oh my gosh. So I got my book, Animals Speak. I open the book, and it drops right to crow. You can't make this shit up. So the keynote for crow in this book is the secret magic of creation is calling. Crows have always been very steeped in magic and myth and lore. I'm going to try and see.
New beginnings is what I'm picking up on.
Okay.
And the birth of a flower is new beginnings. 2024 is new beginnings.
Watchfulness is one of the buzzwords in here. Watchfulness. I can't believe that came through. That's so
Be
funny.
open to the change that's coming and listen to the messages from your spiritual realm. So here's the crow. And lo and behold, he's got flowers in front of him, which shouldn't be there, which is change, and be open to it.
Oh, I love that.
So
I love that.
it's a very, very moving book.
It is. It really is. There are so many gems in there. There are so many like little aha moments like, oh, this is speaking to me. Like, oh, here's a lesson here. And it's such it's beautifully illustrated, and it's also a quick read. I mean, it looks almost like a children's book. You could probably read it as a children's book as well. And yet there are so many deep and meaningful
Powerful.
messages, so the one with the crow, and I'm trying to remember the story about it, but the crow was distracted and worried about other things. And so, you know again, like you said, to keep your focus right here in the present, because that's where the flowers really show themselves. That's where the little gems appear to tell you you're on the right path, or to just make your day.
Now see, it just like today, it started out and I had ice cream and then it rained. And then I turned around and it was snowing. It was just like I had all the elements at one time. And I'm like a little kid. I'm texting Ray and saying, oh, this is happening. Oh, I'm gonna have to plow. And I just realized how much I am in tune with nature. And that's from the bees to the animals to the flowers to the dirt to the soil. It's just earth. And it is so incredible. And if you follow it and you appreciate it, you understand it. Don't try to answer questions. Don't scientifically try to why, but just embrace it and honor it because we're all one. And it's all the turmoil washed up into one, and rain washes everything away. Snow filters it down and purifies it. I mean, it's a continual spiritual meaning coming to you all the time, and just stop and be aware of it because they're blessings in disguise. They really are.
Well, the interesting thing about the book too is like the cat who taught Zen. And of course, Zen, everybody gets this idea about Zen, about being so serene and sitting in meditation and all of this. And there is that. What the author had mentioned in there, though, is you can reach those Zen moments as just by stopping and listening for something, or stopping what you're doing and paying attention to something that catches your eye, like the flowers, like the snow, that puts you right in that moment, in that zone, when all you're thinking about is the snow. That's your Zen moment.
It's stop and
you
smell
know
the roses.
so it's
There,
it's really simpler than we make it out to be, to reach those Zen moments. It could be anything that you do throughout the day, that you're actually just in the moment with whatever it is you're doing. And that's a Zen moment. And I thought, oh, wow, that makes things so much easier for me, since I'm not real good at meditating. So
but you do when you stop and you talk to your trees and your flowers and so that's your Zen moment.
exactly,
Mm.
exactly. So I just am very, very grateful for receiving this book and this gift, and so happy about it. And I'm glad I could share it um, with you. And so I don't know. What do you think, my dear?
I think it's a great time to stop and smell the roses. I think it was a wonderful message because even though the holiday season's over, Now comes the day-to-day drudgery. Well, don't let it become a heartache for you. Just observe around you. And that's what the book's telling you. Be aware of what's around you because it's there to bring you peace and calm.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. Oh, I love it. So, with that, my friends, we want to thank you once again for joining us on another Rev Talk. We want to remind you to be gentle with yourself and to be kind to yourself and to remember that you are unique in all the universe. There will never be another just like you in all of space and time. You are powerful, you are cherished, and you are loved. And without you, the song of the universe would be incomplete. Until next time, my friends, be well.